defense get a stop. The offense pinned back. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Makes a quick grab. Brought down after a 7-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 3.
I think it's important to kind of let your quarterback get into a rhythm early in the game. Sure, you'd love to see the big gains, but plays like this allow the quarterback to get settled into the game, find his rhythm, and then he can make the bigger plays later on.
Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. Caught behind the line, it's Morton. The Ducks offense is on the move now.
Defense kind of lost a running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
The drive stays alive with that completion for a first down. And he'll set up to throw. Lets it go. He's got it for a big gain. They bring him down, but that is a huge play for this passing game. Big gain.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
The Ducks have 1st and 10 here. Looking to chuck it again. The sure hands, it's Morton. They make the tackle, but that's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 34.
Hey, a first down here by this Oregon offense. Nice to see the quarterback and receiver in sync and very efficient. Something that Oregon really prides itself on. As much as you want to think about that quarterback with the ability to run, remember, they can hurt you with their arm as well.
Looking to throw it on first down. Looking for his big tight end. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. The game moves the football to the 6-yard line. It'll be first down and goal.
Man, Chris, we're just getting settled into this game, and already big plays.
And the Ducks will line up here on first down and goal. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. He's running out of time here. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
It just looked like the quarterback was holding on to the ball a bit too long that time, allowed the defense to be able to get the pressure, and they come up with a first sack of the game.
After the big loss on first down, it's 2nd and goal, backed up. And the quarterback dropping back. Pressure is coming. And is intercepted. And he's got some open field. Continues to fight for yards. That's a potential game changer, the pick and the big return.
Now, this just goes to show you everybody makes mistakes. This quarterback is looked and viewed as one of the top quarterbacks in the entire country. But even he makes a poor decision, puts the ball into coverage, and he throws an interception here early in the game.
First down here for this offense. And they'll try to pick it up on the ground. They test the middle and get stuck. That is just not open for business today.
That back just had nowhere to go. You've got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Catch is made down the middle. Brought down, but the game moves the ball all the way to the plus 42.
What a great throw here and an even better catch by this Notre Dame wide receiver. But Chris, let's be honest. If Notre Dame's going to become this top 5 team, this consistent brand, this is where they've got to make their biggest strides. The ability to make plays downfield and have the speed to be able to play with the big boys in college football.
And now the running back's got it again. Running with purpose. Defense tops him, but that's a solid gain.
It's not a huge gain here, but if you add up multiple runs like that throughout the course of a game, by the fourth quarter, you're going to start to see that affect the defense.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Bringing pressure. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack.
You know, a lot of times we get caught up, Chris, in the one-on-one battles with the receivers and the DBs. Here's a great example of up front, the offensive line and the defensive line. Who wins that battle? This time the defense wins it, and they get the sack.
And that powerful Oregon offense retakes the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. Off the play fake, looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket now. Lets it go on the move, launching deep. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs for the offense, first down. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. Caught quickly. That's a quick tackle, but they pick up solid yardage on that short throw.
Chris, a really great job here with the quarterback and the receiver. This is all about timing. Quarterback gets back, no hitch in his delivery, gets the ball out in front of the receiver where he can run away from the defender for a nice completion.
A quick juke. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Well, nice job here by this back picking up a first down and living up to the legacy that they have in Eugene. There have been so many good backs. I mean, the list goes on, but right off the top of my head, you got to start with Kenyon Barner and Michael James and throw in DeAnthony Thomas. What a golden era it was for the Oregon Ducks when it came to running backs, and they're still trying to live up to that to this day.
First down, looking to throw the football. He fires this throw and is intercepted. Tackled after a short return to the 23. Nice play by this defense.
Chris, that's back-to-back drives now that this offense has thrown interceptions. They've got to be able to regroup on the sideline, adjust their schemes, maybe their personnel groupings and formations, try to find a new way to attack, because right now, this isn't working.
Lets it go quickly. Falls incomplete, broken up by the defender nicely that time.
Just a great play on the ball by the defensive back, getting a hand on it and tipping it up into the air. Boy, anytime you see a tip go up, often that defense is thinking interception. This one falls to the ground, but the next tip ball could be going the other way.
Makes the catch downfield. The stop made at the 45, but enough for a first down.
Well, this is a beautiful play when the timing is right, as we see right here. The receiver's got to do a good job of working his way back to the football as the quarterback is throwing it. The timing here is impeccable.
And he's got it. And the game just good enough for a first down. They bring him down, but the junior quarterback showing off the cannon. Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. It's complete. What a grab near the sideline. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. Notre Dame has moved now into the red zone. And looking to throw now on first down. Intercepted right near the end zone. What a play. Not much on the return, but they snuff out the drive with the...
Chris, he's just trying to find the hole in the zone coverage. But, as you know, those windows can open and close pretty quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So the timing's got to be just right, or you're going to see an interception like this.
And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. Defense makes the tackle with the clock running. That'll probably be the final play of this first quarter. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. Takes the ball, tries the right side here. Finds room at the 30. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
The offense will set up on 1st and 10. Offense looking to throw the ball. Catch made on the out route. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage.
When you throw an out route against man coverage, and it puts a premium on a receiver who can set up the defensive back to be able to still have room to get to the outside and be timed up with a quarterback. That was great execution.
They stop him at the 47, but that's enough for a first down.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact, but that wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here. And he's intercepted for the 4th time tonight. Tackled after a short return to the 23. Nice play by this defense.
Chris, that is back-to-back drives right now for this quarterback and this offense. Nothing seems to be going right. The defense is doing a good job of confusing the quarterback, who's obviously throwing the ball into coverage. They've got to make some adjustments with their attack because right now it's not working.
The game is enough to move the sticks. Ball at the 40.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
Short throw complete to the tight end. A huge hit by the linebacker. A collision of big bodies there. The completion makes it 2nd down. They're going to run it. Tackle made after just a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Defense is coming after him. Tries to avoid the rush and just gets rid of it. Oh, that's just a throwaway there on 3rd down. And now a 4th down play coming up. Special teams on the field now. Here comes a punt. Looking to kick it away for the 2nd time. And he boots it high into the air. The fair catch made at the 30-yard line. And the Oregon offense comes back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. They don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
He'll hand it off. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. There's that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Tough situation with the offense. 3rd and long from their 25. Let's see if the defense brings some heat here. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Using his legs on the scramble. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Nice job of this defense taking away the primary receiver, even the second and third option. But the quarterback's legs are the difference. They almost kept him short, but instead, he gets that first down.
And the Ducks will line up on 1st and 10. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. Breaks loose at the 45. And a huge gain before he's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs.
Outstanding blocking on the left side of that offensive line. That's really what opened up this play. They did their job, and you can see the results. You burst open and get a big gain on the ground. If I were them, I'd keep going to that side and see how much more success they can have.
And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
So after the incompletion, it's 2nd down. From the gun, he looks for an open man. And it's incomplete, very near the goal line.
Chris, not only really good coverage here by the defense, but I love their awareness. That ball is in the air, headed to the end zone, and the ball is separated from the receiver with the contact.
The offense was moving well, but 2 incompletions sets up a 3rd and 10. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown. So a field goal attempt coming up now.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. Notre Dame offense back out on the field. Last drive stalled. They were forced to punt it away. Let's see what they can come up with this time. Running out of time in the pocket. And the sophomore's got him for a sack.
I like how this defense is bringing pressure from all over the field, and that's the key in putting together a good defensive strategy. On this play, it came from the outside linebacker, and he gets to the quarterback.
And they'll stop him short of the line to gain.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. The pass rush closing in. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on 3rd down. And the punt team now on to kick it away.
Number 19 in punt formation to kick it away.
And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. And the Ducks' powerful offense is back on the field. They're trying to build this lead here. Had to settle for 3 last time out. On first down, it's play action. Quick throw to the left side. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. It's a big gain across midfield all the way to the 39-yard line.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. Let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
On the run, it's Morton. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill curve.
Yeah, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Looking to pass here on second down. It's an out route. The catch made. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Again, this is a really nice job here by the defense, keeping everything in front of them in that situation. Now they're rewarded with this 3rd and long. We'll see if they do the same thing here, or they're going to sell out and bring the pressure.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. It's a quick grab. Finding some room at the 25. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain. And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
What a nice find there by the quarterback on 3rd down. One of the most telling stats for me at the end of the game is how you do on 3rd down. Being a good 3rd down team is invaluable to your team's offensive success. That's why you drill it so much in practice.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Another interception. Wow, that's his 4th tonight. Not much on the return, but the important thing, the takeaway snuffs out the scoring for a big play.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points, at the very least, a field goal. They got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the second half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
The pocket breaking down. He makes the grab. Tackle made after a big gain. Timeout is called. A Ducks strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
1st down, looking to throw the ball. Choosing to just throw the ball away that time. 2nd down play now coming up. From the shotgun, drops back. He's escaping the pocket now. It's going to be incomplete, trying to make something happen on the run, but nobody open. Promising start to the drive, but now 2 incompletions sets up a 3rd and 10. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. And here comes a deep shot. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep.
Oh, boy, really good execution. Unfortunately, he didn't come down in bounds for the 1st down. That was a critical stop by the defense.
Not the news the coach was hoping to hear. He took a chance calling a timeout to get the replay. We'll see if that proves to be crucial. And on 4th down, the punter sends it away. Oh, it landed at the 7 and bounced into the end zone for a touchback. This time enough for one more play in the half. On On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. Caught near the sideline. It's Morton. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Ducks will kick this away to start the second half. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. First play of the second half is a handoff.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Second down, looking to throw it. Looking for his big tight end. And he's got his man open downfield. They've got him at the 48, but that's a first down.
Chris, really, that's all you want to see from this offense is the ability to just be efficient. If you can just avoid the mistake, make those first downs, be a great compliment to what you want to do running the football. It's a great chance of putting enough points up on the board to win this game.
And he's going to run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Wanted no part of contact on that play. Now it's second down here. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Receiver makes the catch. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
Well, defense didn't have any time at all to get pressure on the quarterback. He gets the ball out of his hands pretty quickly on the hitch to the receiver.
That catch makes it a more manageable third down. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. He's running out of time here. The ball is picked off. Not much on the return, but that's an important takeaway. Sets up the offense at the 34.
Chris, how about the big 300-pound defensive lineman getting his paw on that football and bringing it in for an interception?
And the Oregon offense is back out on the field. This one has been a defensive stalemate. Let's see if the offense can get something going here. He's going to hand this off. Hooks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Caught on the outside. It's Morton. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Marked out of bounds, but it's another big game. This air attack, no problem moving the ball up and down the field today.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the first down.
First and goal, handoff. Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here. Coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. And now the handoff. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks. So the offense flexing here, Kirk, and stretching their lead here in the second half.
Yeah, that touchdown gives you a little bit more breathing room, but now it's up to your own defense to help preserve that lead so you can go back out and build onto it in the second half.
And the extra point gives them a double-digit lead.
That makes the score Oregon 10, Notre Dame 0.
Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Return starts from inside the 5. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Just gets the pass away, but took a shot that time.
Well, the pass rush does a good job of chasing him out of the pocket. He's trying to buy some time looking downfield, but he better be careful being too patient. He gets hit as he throws his football, and it falls incomplete.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Just a 4-yard gain, so it sets up 3rd and 6. Urgency now for the offense that hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. It's caught downfield. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the 1st down.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Here's the throw deep downfield. Wow, a 3rd pick tonight by the QB. Going the other way, can they stop him? And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
And the powerful Ducks offense retakes the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or will the defense come up with a stop? First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. Gets rid of it on the move. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
Well, when you go against man-to-man coverage, you need some help from the quarterback. It's easy to look at the quarterback and say, why didn't he make this throw? But his intended target needs to get some separation against that man coverage to be able to open up the opportunity.
Incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a 1st down.
Boy, nice completion here by this Oregon offense to be able to show you it's not just about the quarterback's ability to run. Often you associate that with that Oregon quarterback, right? That dual threat guy that can run it. Do not forget about their ability to throw the football out in Eugene. Think about Darren Thomas, the career that he had. Started for a few years, took his team all the way to the national championship, made some big throws, and Justin Herbert. Of course, enough said, we see it every NFL Sunday what he can do. 4-year starter for the Ducks. We're still seeing these Ducks quarterbacks being able to throw the football.
2nd down play coming up for this offense. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Looking to scramble. And left with no option, just has to throw it away.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. And the pass is complete to the tight end.
Defenses all around the country have got to do a better job of keeping an eye on these little guys from the slot. They can dismantle a defense with their speed and quickness in the open space.
The Ducks will send the punt team onto the field. And he punts it out of bounds, so no return. And the Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Makes the catch. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
But here the defense decided to sit back and play zone, and that front didn't do a good job of pressuring the quarterback. He had the time to make the throw, and he put it on target.
They look to throw it here on second down. Receiver makes the grab. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Chris, it's so easy to get excited about the receivers on the outside and their ability to make big plays, but the slot receivers are just as exciting, especially with their finesse, quickness, and ability to make guys miss in the middle of that field.
And that's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time, they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Solid gain, moves the ball to a 33.
Well, let's give credit to the offensive line here. They went with a run blitz. The offensive line sees it, picks it up, gives them enough room to pick up some solid yards.
The punter has been very busy so far. Can they finally convert here on third down? Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. And the gain just good enough for a first down.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
Ball is incomplete. A lot of heat on that throw.
Man, Chris, I don't know if that was a bad read by the quarterback or a bad route by the receiver. They got to get this cleaned up before the next time they go through the air.
So second down after the incompletion. Handoff here from the shotgun. The pickup is 6, makes it third down and 4.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. But I love to see that offensive line win the battle at the line of scrimmage.
Third down, the offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the third quarter. QB to the tight end for a completion. Tackled at the 33, that's good enough for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Here comes a first down pass attempt. There's a shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Oh, just outstanding execution here by this offense. The offensive line gives the quarterback time, and the quarterback's anticipation was on point. Puts that ball right in the money. The receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
And the point after is good. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. He'll start from the 25. And that powerful Oregon offense retakes the field. They're looking to build on the lead. They had to punt the football in their last possession. Looking for some space. It's Morton. Breaking free at the 35. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. That's a design quarterback keeper. And the runner brought down after just a short gain.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Offense looking to keep the drive going here. 3rd and short now from the 44. They'll run it here. He's found some room at the 45. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, Oregon.
Touchdown.
What a long run from touchdown. I don't know if this defense was caught sleeping or walking in mud. I can't pick which one. Maybe it's both, because the running back just went right by them so easily for the big gain and a big-time score.
The
Extra point up and good. A double-digit lead now here in the 4th quarter. Now they get set to kick it away.
17. Notre Dame 7.
That's a deep kickoff, hammered out the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Notre Dame offense back out on the field. The last drive, the passing game, very effective. Moved them right down the field. Can the defense make adjustments? On the run, he'll let it go. Finds a man downfield. It's a big gain to the right. They stop it at the 49, but that'll be a first down.
It's a nice completion there, Chris. And this possession at this point in the game is critical for them. They've got to focus on putting points on the board right now to make this a one-possession game.
So just one play, and they're just shy of midfield now. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Let's take a deep shot here. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
Offense lines up for a 2nd down play off the incompletion. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They get him down, but not before he gets to the plus 38.
Hey, it's a nice game here, and they get the first down to stop the clock. But late in the game, trailing by a couple scores, these receivers have got to be thinking about getting out of bounds as often as they can to preserve that clock, to give them a real shot to come back to win it.
Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
How about this defense? Just so physical against the run. These guys have not been able to do anything on the ground, and it's because of that defensive line and those linebackers taking away the run game.
Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up 3rd down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Pressure is coming. The pass is off target. He got hit as he threw as the 3rd down pressure works.
I see what the quarterback's trying to do here. He's holding on to that football to the last possible second to give that play a chance. But he held it just a little bit too long, and the defense is able to hit him to force that incompletion.
Pass ball is incomplete on the deep shot, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's check it out. The defensive penalty is declined. Offense very happy to take the result of that play. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 43.
Well, this is where you really rely on your offensive line. Late in the game, you got the lead, you got to run the football. They know you're going to run the football. Get behind that big offensive line, run that running back, make sure he protects the football, and you got a great chance at a victory.
And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, these are the kind of plays you have to make to be able to win the game in the second half. This back had a great first half and has gotten plenty of touches, so you've got to make sure this half is different than how things have gone so far.
So now it's 3rd and short from the 43. Can they keep the drive going or perhaps face a tough 4th down decision? And he drops back in the gun. On the move here, trying to hit a deep shot. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on 3rd down, but now it brings up 4th.
Boy, a questionable call there on 3rd down. I know they don't convert, but why not run the ball? Keep the clock moving, especially working with the lead in the 4th quarter. Now you got a big decision here on 4th down and short.
No fair catch. Looking to make a return here. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. Last possession, they were stopped on 4th down, but it didn't cost them anything. And they put together something here. Another pick. Wow, that's the 4th tonight. Touchdown, Ducks. And the defense joins the party with a pick 6.
Well, it's just something freeing when you have this kind of lead and you can just turn the defense loose. Getting aggressive pays off for them here. They get the interception, and what athletic ability there to take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
And the extra point up and good makes it a 3-score game, up 17 here in the 4th. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And it comes out to the 25. No over. So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back. He drew a pick 6 in the last possession. He's going for a big play downfield. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Going the other way, can they catch him? Across midfield. So a great return following the pick. They're finally able to get him down.
Well, that interception really about cost them the game here. And I understand. You got to do everything you can to get back in it, down by a couple scores. But the interception, for the most part, seals the deal for the defense.
This line getting set up. It's a 1st down play. And they'll work the clock here by keeping it on the ground. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Here's the option play. And the quarterback can't even get the pitch off. That play goes nowhere. They come to the line. A long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. And he's brought down. Offense going backwards with the sack.
That is outstanding defense to be able to leverage this quarterback. That is a tough thing to do. This guy's as fleet-footed as any quarterback in the country, and to be able to bring him down for a loss like that is a major accomplishment.
And the Ducks will bring their punt team onto the field. Offense goes backwards on this drive. He's on to punt it away now. And he takes it around the 20. Well, he's got a crease here. Look out. They finally get him down, but that's a solid return. Good work by the return man. Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. Well, this has been a disappointment. They've had their doors blown off here, just playing for pride at this point. Receiver makes the catch. Brought down, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 49.
The defense sits back in his zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback, recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
Trying to create outside the pocket now. Toughness shown by the sophomore quarterback to pick up the first down himself.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the first down marker is, picking up the first down.
That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
They bring him down to the 27. This offense really threatening now. And the offense will wisely spend a timeout after the play. Clock management's going to be very important here in the final minutes. Notre Dame getting set for the 1st and 10 now. Bringing pressure. And that pass rush has trapped him into sack.
Man, how about the job by this defense? I mean, we really expected this offense to be able to come into this game, put up big yards and a lot of points, and here we are in the fourth quarter. Collectively, they don't even have 200 yards total offense, and they just seem to be out of sync. Give all the credit to the defensive coordinator and those defensive players and the way they're putting this pressure on this quarterback. And
breaks clear, end zone ahead. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, this offense has a long way to be able to get back and potentially win this game, but they're doing the right things, managing the clock, picking up good yards, and getting out of bounds.
The tight end has got it. Tackle at the 8 after the completion. The clock is still running. They got to get set quickly. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Catch made on the left side. He'll step out after a nice gain there, and the offense will have 1st and goal.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
The Irish offense comes up here on 1st and goal. Try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Irish. Took some extra time in the weight room, hanging off on that play.
What a job shedding tackles, crossing that goal line. And if you're this defense, you got to focus a bit more on the fundamentals and wrapping up, because poor tackling teams get exposed by running backs like this.
Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. And the receiving team makes the recovery. The hands team does its job perfectly. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. So this one is tucked away. Time for victory formation. Looks like the offense will just take a knee here. Well, this was an intriguing matchup coming in. We weren't sure which way it was going to go. Kirk, what do you think made the difference today?
Well, I think it's the critical moments, the third downs, the red zones, the turnover margin. Those are the areas you're usually going to see the difference in a close game, and today they were able to come up on top in a lot of those aspects of the game.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.